Hey, nerdlings!
Hey, nerdlings!
So we got a kind of a fun message recently.
We
Actually,
did.
it was Jason Lee Knight. He and I'm presuming that he's part of American Wasteland Entertainment because that's what shows up in all the episodes.
Yeah, he's a producer on this little mini web series he asked us to watch and review for him. They were at VisionCon, and we didn't get to actually talk to them at VisionCon because it was so crowded. We just kind of grabbed the
A little bit crowded. That was the cat.
Yeah, the cat knocked its dinner bowl over.
The show that he wants us to review is called Strange Happenings, and it's kind of funny because it's like, that wasn't a strange happening, that was just the cat. This time it was the cat, not the murderer. So anyway, yeah, right to the point, Strange Happenings. So it's a web series that they're putting together. Season 1 is complete.
It's 5 episodes.
5 episodes, and the episodes are only about like 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, so they're
in
good
length.
bite sizes. Really easy to watch on a lunch break. Yeah.
But it's about Nicole Tesla.
Yeah, she goes by Nikki, and it's funny because you can tell in the series that everybody's like, "What's your name?" She's like Tesla, from the first name, and you can tell she's like not really wanting. She's like she doesn't really want to give her name because she knows it's like Nikki. Nicole Tesla, Nikola Tesla. Obviously, her mom had a sense of humor, which I actually really liked. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, you know what? Honestly, if my last name were Tesla, I would probably do that to my kid.
Yeah, probably. But she is a journalist, and she's having a little bit of trouble keeping a job because she keeps seeing all kinds of strange happenings.
Yeah, and she's very interested in them. She's very like Fox Muldery in that sense, where she likes to pay more attention to the weird stuff and not what her editor wants her to look at and not review, but like write stories. I'm not a journalist. I don't know all the technical jargon, but yeah. So it's one of those that she can't hold a job down basically because she's in between things, and so she does an online magazine, and that's where she posts all of her weird happenings or strange happenings, I guess, if you will, and the show kind of opens with her losing the last job and getting a mysterious benefactor who's going to pay her to actually investigate strange happenings. So it kind of works out for her, sort of.
Now, this is all filmed in the Springfield, Missouri area, which is really cool because, that's where we are. So, little hometown pride there and everything. And it's already, like, even in just 5 episodes, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
Not to jump at any spoilers right here, but you come across like some goblins, warlock. There's a quick little Bigfoot in there. The mysterious benefactor. There's something going on with him. Yes. He's a creepy fellow too.
What was there was not a harbinger. What was the cop lady?
Oh, that's spoilers.
I guess that is a spoiler, but there is some supernatural creatures that they encounter.
There's supernatural creatures, all over the place. Like every time you turn around, there's something strange going on.
Something strange.
But
neighborhood.
No Ghostbusters. No Ghostbusters yet.
Not Ghost yet. There might be in the second.
Hey, yeah, we've got
episode,
Ghostbusters of the
season.
Ozarks, so maybe Nikki
that
can
would be a
call
fun
little crossover, yeah. But anyway, so 5 episodes long in the first season, 10 to 15 minutes each.
Yeah.
And I want to throw out there real quick, first and foremost, the quality of the show, like the visuals,
really good.
It's incredible. I was actually really surprised.
Clearly, they have a really good, decent camera that
not a phone like what we're using.
Yeah, I mean, none of the video quality. It was visually very nice looking. One thing I really noticed, because they do a lot of stuff outside, is they obviously have really good boom mics, because it's really hard to go outside and film something, especially when it's, I'm not trying to dog on it, but, a low budget web series or show or whatever. It's not, a Hollywood movie. And to not have that wind factor, even if it's not windy. And you couldn't tell. It almost sounded like they cut the sound, went into a recording studio and recorded all the audio, and then made it sync
really
up
well
perfectly.
done.
I know it's not the case because I watched the credits and they had a boom mic operator. So it's like, kudos to your guys' boom mic. That was
literally and this is kind of a nitpicky thing, the only issue we ever saw with the sound, and again, not so much a spoiler, There was a female officer that we had trouble hearing her, but everybody
else, it did not matter which direction they were facing, which camera they were looking at, how fast, because the camera changed angles a lot, which was also really, kind of fun and interesting.
Yes.
You never had a hard time hearing anybody, except the one female cop in the interrogation room in one of the episodes. I really couldn't hear her. That, like he said,
but that was the only time. The rest of the
yeah.
time, like she said, it was fantastic audio, even outside, which again
always
can be very hard to do. And also, you mentioned the camera angles, and that's another good point. There's constant movement to the camera.
It's
the
never
various
stagnant.
Scenes, the various shots, the various angles. They are moving around a lot. In the very first episode, there was one scene where Nicole's walking away from us in a warehouse setting. Not to give too much away or anything, but she's walking away from us. I thought that scene, I thought it lasted just a little too long. We didn't need to watch her walk so far, but other than, again, it feels like it's nitpicky stuff like that.
I felt like they were just trying to make it seem like it's a really big warehouse.
Really big warehouse.
The funny thing
adding
is,
some suspense, obviously.
Here's a little insider tip. I know exactly where they filmed in Nixa, the first episode, which is funny. So I know that it was not a big warehouse.
which is just kudos, to like using the camera tricks.
Yeah, very good camera tricks.
Nice.
The reason I say that is there's this a scene, and picture here or here, wherever you want to put it, Tom. She's behind there's a building behind her, and she's in like a back alleyway. That's my old shop. My old family-owned business, what used to operate out of the shop in the background, where you see the silos of the.
So you were familiar with all the strange happenings.
Yes, yeah.
There already.
I was very familiar with the strange happenings in that warehouse that is not behind that building. But
which
good job with your guys' camera tricks.
That's something very cool. Obviously when you have a locally filmed show, being able to see.
It is a lot of fun to go. Hey, I know that place right there.
So again, all the multi-angle shots and everything that they like to use, I really did enjoy that because again, it lent itself to a lot of movement and everything. Another thing, as far as sound goes, the music, I was really impressed.
Yes, I really enjoyed the music.
They used, both the quality of the music and the originality of it. And then just where they would use it. The usage was really well done. I really liked that. So overall, it was actually a lot of fun watching it.
It was. I really appreciated how short the episodes were because, it made things get to the point.
Yes,
definitely. So you got to the point. It left it on a cliffhanger. The 5th episode cliffhanger. So, it kind of made you definitely want to watch the next episode. But then, being that they're only 10 to 15 minutes long, you could binge in one.
Yeah,
which we did. We binged it in one night. But it's really nice. I like that. I have a short attention span.
So that was very much a nice touch. And the subject matter of the show is very interesting too. Obviously, because you have these clearly paranormal events happening. Trying not to spoil anything.
I know, it's really hard not to be like, well, this happened and this happened and this happened.
But in the second episode, I'll just say you had a very paranormal thing happening. But then in the third episode, you had, something very different happening. Like it wasn't paranormal. It was, how would you describe it?
It was very charmed-like.
There you go. Perfect.
Honestly, I will say, since you mentioned that, I honestly thought, because of the way the first episode went, then the second episode, and then the third, I actually thought it was going to be like a Freak of the Week kind of a thing. Like each episode was going to have a different paranormal freak thing, but it wasn't. By the time you watched all 5 episodes, you could tell it was very much a serial thing. It was like an overarching thing going on. So it was a little misleading in that regard, but that's okay in this sense because, I like stuff like that. It's like the show is very Charmed meets Supernatural.
A lot of Buffy qualities.
Yeah, because she's, you've got the main chick. I mean, we haven't encountered vampires yet or anything, but she's very sleuthy. So Buffy was kind of sleuthy.
And very capable on her own.
Yeah, she has a beat stick I always like in TV shows, which I actually own my own beat stick, where you do that and it flinks out and you can beat people with it.
Now,
but I don't beat people with it. I just bought it because I like to watch it in the movies. So
now I'll put her name right here so that we get it right, and so you guys can look into the other stuff that she's done. But the actress playing Nicole, I did want to note she seemed maybe a little overeager in like the first couple of episodes.
Almost a little overacting.
Yeah, a little bit. Like kind of overacting, maybe a little like unsure in front of the camera, but as the shows went on, the episodes went on,
I felt like maybe she calmed down or became more comfortable, which I can totally understand that, because if you watch some of our first videos, we were super stiff in front of the camera, and now we're like, hey guys, welcome into our living room, if you
but especially when you're starting out with a show, you know, because you're trying to lay all that groundwork, especially with like the character, you know, you have to get into who that character is going to become.
There were a few things that weren't very believable, and I think it was the way she portrayed it. I don't, like in the second episode, she goes into a house and just immediately accepts the fact that the house is haunted. She knows how to take care of it. Bing, bada, boom, boom, she takes care of it. She walks out the door and leaves. And she actually showed up there to interview the guy and get a story, but she never interviewed him and never got the story. So it was like that part I actually did kind of have an issue with, because I was like, okay, I don't know if it was the writing or the acting that made the whole thing just not feel believable. She gets on her phone, looks up this little incantation-y thing, does it, walks out the door, and she's like, I saved the day. And it was like, well, you didn't do what you were supposed to.
It kind of felt like maybe there was like a couple of cut scenes, you know, some stuff.
Yeah, like we missed something in there. So.
But that was really only the second episode that I got that vibe, because the rest of the time I really didn't feel that. You know, the rest of the time there was a really good flow.
And you know, I don't know a whole lot about the act. I know she's done some other things, but I don't know if this is her first lead role. And so when that's your first lead, you know, the whole show is riding on you. You know, your nerves may be a little different than if you're... A little
bit of pressure on you.
Than if you're a side actress or a background actress or whatever. So I bet she still is pretty great. And the whole show, I mean, we only got 5 episodes, but it just progressively got better each episode. It felt like it was finding its niche.
Yeah,
which
definitely.
A lot of times when you have a brand new show, even a, you know, network TV show, the first season's usually always rough.
Right.
You know, it has to find its place, has to find its pacing. And thankfully, it did this one really quick with only 5 episodes.
Yeah, it really did.
So I'm really excited for season 2 to come out. And you know, it's like I really loved how bite-sized this was. And it's like, I don't know if I want season 5 or season 2 to be more than 5 episodes. Or to stick with the 5 episodes. Because it's like, I'm really like, especially the way they cliffhangered the 5th episode. It's like, come on!
Yeah, I'm very interested to see where they go with the show. In regards to like the story, but then also just the show being filmed locally and everything. It was a lot of fun seeing a lot of local places. Not to really spoil anything, but we have to give a shout out to Comic Cave.
Yeah, I was gonna say episode 5 was my favorite episode of all of them, because they did a lot of montages in that one, and Comic Cave was one of the montages.
Comic Cave as a location, because I mean we love going to Comic Cave. There was a scene, I won't say what it is so we don't spoil it, but there was a scene where she's revisiting something from an earlier episode.
It was very Donna Reed-esque.
And they had a lot of fun with that scene.
Yeah,
and it was
that's my favorite scene of the entire series so far.
It just goes to show that even with like kind of the heavier tones of the storyline, that they're still having fun with it. And so I think that it brings a good balance to it, because it's nice, you know, it's... I guess the best way to put it is think of like superhero movies, comic book movies. You know, Marvel does a great job of, you know, you've got that very serious tone, but they add that levity in there.
Yes.
And that's kind of how that 5th episode felt. You know, it was very serious, but you had that levity, and so it brought it to a nice balance.
And like I said, they did a montage of her, basically the different jobs she had held. And she had held a job at Comic Cave, and like I said, you know, we were like, hey, we've been there! And, you know, the owner walks up and tells her, you know, why aren't you doing your job? And it's like, hey, we talk to him all the time. So it was like, we felt like a connection. We were like, hey, we know that guy. We know a guy on TV.
And also, Nerdlings, just a shout out for all of our Power Ranger fans out there. The original series, Zordon, the actor David J. Fielding, He's in this. He's in
episode 2.
Yes, he's in episode 2.
And I can't remember. Does he make it to 3? Is he in 3?
He appears later on.
Without
spoiling anything.
I'm not spoiling. I meant like because people come and go. I'm not saying.
But yeah.
Spoiling.
So check it out. Just to see him in there in a different light. He's more than just a head.
I know, honestly, I didn't realize that that's who that was, because I guess I'm used to him being a disembodied bald head. And so when you attach a body to him, I was like, that's not Zordon.
So in short, to kind of wrap all of this up, my official review of this is that the first 2 episodes very much feel like a web series. Both in quality and pacing and kind of like some of the growing pains with it. But after that, you can really start seeing where they're going, where they're wanting to take the show, and there's a lot of great foundation work for things to come.
Yes.
There was a character that was introduced in the 3rd episode that I really liked. It's kind of iffy which side he's on, and I really liked him.
Oh yeah.
I really liked seeing him return as well. I like what it's building up to, and as the episodes go on, those first 2 episodes are a little shaky, but if you can write it out, especially since they're short episodes, guys, come on, it's easy to knock these 5 episodes out, and it's totally worth it because you start seeing where they're going with it, and it really is a cliffhanger because you really want to see what happens next and where they're taking this.
Yeah, and I was talking to
Jason Lee
Knight. I was trying to think Jordan, from Zordon. Anyway, he said that they're in process of writing season 2. So he said they're in the process of writing it, and they're hoping to start filming soon, either spring or summer. So it's one of those. It's like, so let's hope it comes out soon.
The sooner the better, obviously. But if they're in process of writing and they haven't started filming yet, guys, now is the perfect time to get in there and watch the show and let them know what you think. Let them know what you really like. Let them know if there's things that you didn't like, because all that's going to do is make their show even better than it already is. And I mean, I'm already excited to see where Strange Happenings takes us next.
Yeah, they're on Facebook, and we'll put a link below, and they're obviously got the YouTube channel with that link below, so you can subscribe so you know what's going on. And I hope I recognize more Springfield locations.
Yes, definitely,
Springfield,
guys.
Nixa, they said Springfield area, which they were, filming in Nixa a little bit and some of the other areas. So I'm really excited. It was really a lot of fun, and I really kind of now regret that we didn't get to talk to you at VisionCon. It would have been a lot of fun.
That would have been a lot of fun.
So,
but Jason, thank you again for giving us a shout out and asking us to check out your show and everything. We definitely cannot wait to see where you go with it, because it's a lot of fun. I mean, we eat out the supernatural stuff anyway, so it's right up our alley.
A quick note though, I did in the very beginning, she gets a note that says go to Blood Boulevard. Don't ever go to a Blood Boulevard. If you get a note that says go to Blood Boulevard, like 123 Blood Boulevard, that's a bad idea.
Even as tough as Nicole Tesla is, I'm pretty sure she would have the foresense to not go to a place called Blood Boulevard.
Yeah.
That's, even if she's taking a left off of Murder Street. But
that popped out in my head when we watched the very first episode, and the little note said something. I don't remember what the address was. Something Blood Boulevard, and I was like, no.
But guys, again, thank you for giving us the chance to review it and let you know what we thought of it.
And nerdlings, go check it out.
Yeah, like we said, can't push us enough. 5 episodes, 10 to 15 minutes.
So
each.
simple.
It's not going to take any time, because we definitely want to know what you guys think, and definitely let Jason and the rest of them at American Wasteland Entertainment know what you guys think, so that they can hurry up and get season 2 written and get it filmed.
Because the more and more we ask for it, maybe the faster we'll get it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, if we can be like a little pushy. All right, nerdlings, check out the links down below and let us know what you think, and we're gonna see you later.
Yep. Bye, nerdlings.
Bye, guys.